What's up, friends? We are back on Pokemon Showdown, and today we're going to be hitting up the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire ladder because for other metagame of the month, Showdown has implemented an ORAS OU ladder, so we can basically use the new Megas and a lot of the new movesets and stuff like that, stuff that we have access to, so pretty excited for that. Today we're going to be using Mega Swampert, and this team was given to me by my boy Valentine. I actually made a team based around Mega Steelix. I actually built this team myself. But I decided that I would use this team just because it's a bit more offensive instead of balance, and the games just go a lot faster. So we have found a battle right away, and my opponent has a very threatening team. Slowbro is just a huge threat to this team in general. But let's see how we do. The fact that he does have Beedrill, though, that's not a Mega Slowbro, so easily dealt with, I guess you could say. We can deal with it basically better. So I'm gonna lead off with I'm gonna lead off with my Ferrothorn because he doesn't have any hazard control, which is weird because he's packing Beedrill. But I also don't have hazard control, because I don't have Rapid Spin on my Kabutops, but I really don't mind, as I want to get up as many hazards as possible just to wear down these Pokemon turn per turn. Of course, he ends up going for U-turn, so he might actually be Scarf Landorus. That actually makes sense just because he does have Slowbro. But then again, he doesn't have any Stealth Rock user on his team, so he ends up going out to Bisharp, and I'm just going to go for Leech Seed right here. If he wants to go for knockoff, that's completely fine by me, as he does end up going for knockoff, and I am able to hit him with the Leech Seed, which is definitely going to be wearing him down turn per turn, as even if he goes for +2 right here, he can't knock me out. So I'm just going to go for a Spike, as he does end up going for the +2, and I definitely, while I am a bit scared of him, I can play around him. So unfortunately, he gets a crit, which is definitely annoying right there, but I do have my, what do I want to go into? I do have my Tornadus. I don't actually think Aqua Jet can knock it out from Kabutops, so I'm going to go out to my Tornadus and actually put a double into my Kabutops, predicting him to want to go for the Sucker Punch. He might actually not go for Sucker Punch, but he did, so that's great because now he's in KO range of Aqua Jet, which is exactly what I need, as I will be able to knock him out with my Kabutops. If he wants to switch out, that's fine. He does end up switching out, but like I said, he has no hazard control, so he'll die upon switching. So he ends up going out into Slowbro, as that is an annoying Pokemon. I do have my Gothitelle, though, which can trap him, as I am going to attempt to do that, as he ends up going for Toxic. Completely fine by me. I'm just going to go for Trick, as this is a really interesting set, basically to trap annoying Pokemon like Clefable, like Slowbro, a regular Slowbro, of course, as I am able to give him a Choice Scarf, which isn't gonna matter, as he ends up going for Scald. And I'm actually gonna pause it until I basically stall him out of all his Scalds. So we'll be back in about 30 turns or so when he starts struggling. So we'll be right back. Okay, so we're back, and basically I've made this Slowbro struggle, and I'm actually about to wake up right now, so I'm going to go for Trick again. That way I get my Choice Scarf back, as he's going to be forced to struggle again this turn, and because of that struggle damage, he's actually in KO range of Thunderbolt. So that was my plan, to stall out a Slowbro, get rid of it, that way Megapert has a lot more fun this game, and it worked out, as I'm probably going to do the exact same thing to Clefable if possible. So he ends up going out into Beedrill, as that's definitely a threat, so I don't want to stay in versus this thing. I do have Kabutops, I suppose, which I am going to go out into, because I do have the priority Aqua Jet, as he ends up going for Protect, which I was expecting. Like, why else would you bring that thing in, as I can't just go right for Aqua Jet. I'm pretty positive it will knock him out. If I were him, I'd actually end up switching out into either Bisharp as fodder or Landorus, but he ends up staying in with his Beedrill, as that Aqua Jet crit did not matter. That would have knocked him out regardless. Beedrill has piss poor defense, unfortunately, as he ends up going out to his Landorus, and I do have my Tornadus, which I can just go out into, as he goes for Earthquake, which is completely fine by me. I definitely can just go right for the knockoff right here, limiting this leftovers recovery, of course, making it easier for Pert, as he ends up going for HP Ice, which is interesting because I have an Assault Vest that is 0, as he goes for U-turn now. I unfortunately missed Hurricane, but it doesn't really matter, as he goes out to Clefable, and I do of course have my my Politoed, which I can just go out into. So I'm gonna go out to my Politoed, as he ends up going for Cosmic Power, and I'm just gonna go right for the Encore. If I were honestly him, I probably wouldn't stay in, in the following turn. If I was him, I would not stay in, but my best possible play is definitely going out to gothitelle. So if he pulls a switch right here, which is definitely his best possible play, you know, if I were him, I'd definitely go for that. But he ends up going for Cosmic Power again, as I'm going to be able to trick him my Choice Scarf. And again, it's going to be a struggle war right here, but I'm going to end up winning it because he's locked into Cosmic Power right there. So that was definitely, I think, poorly played on his part right here. He could have easily switched out into Kieran Black, I guess, not Landers, because Landers would have been trapped. He doesn't know I have Psyshock, of course. Do I even have Psyshock? No, I have Psychic. Well, he doesn't know it, and I could have knocked it out with Psychic, but either way, Clefable is trapped, so I'm actually expecting him to run right here since he's going to be losing the last Pokemon that he has that can take on Pert. Unfortunately, for this game, not unfortunately, but Gothitelle's putting in way more work than Mega Pert even had to, so yeah, I'm just going to go for Trick, pause it till he picks a move. Well, he has to pick that move, so yeah. So this opponent basically ended up forfeiting. It was kind of over just because Gothitelle was going to do the exact same thing it did to Slowbro. So we found a new battle, as my opponent is a very threatening team once again, though he again does not have any hazard control. So I'm just going to lead off with Tornadus, as he ends up leading off with Ferrothorn. I'm just going to go for knockoff because I want to get rid of this thing's item, definitely limiting its potential to just wall my team, though I do have low kick on this and this, so I'm not necessarily worried about this thing. So he ends up going for Thunder Wave, which is something I probably could have taken into account, but it shouldn't really matter. I'm just gonna go out to my Ferrothorn right now. I could have U-turned out, but I didn't want to take I didn't want to risk the para and then have him Leech Seed, etc, etc. So I'm just gonna go for Stealth Rock right here, as he ends up going out to Greninja. Leads me to believe that he has HP Fire, so I'm just gonna go into my Politoed. If he doesn't have HP Fire, that was a good bluff, but I go out to my Politoed as he ends up going for the HP Fire, and I can definitely do not want to take a Grass Knot. This thing doesn't outspeed you after, which is unfortunate. So I'm just gonna go right back out into my Ferrothorn, as he ends up pulling the switch back out into his Greninja. So he's either fearing the Scarf right there, or he didn't have an item to touch me. But either way, Ferrothorn just beats this Kyurem 1v1, and I am able to get up hazards right here. So I'm actually just gonna hit him with a knockoff. As he yeah, of course, as he ends up going out to Greninja, and that's completely great because I can actually stall this thing out in the rain with Leech Seeds, plus the fact that I knocked off his Life Orb. He's doing crap to me, so I can stall him out as I am able to land the Leech Seed, and I can definitely just switch out into my Politoed right here for free. If he wants to go for Grass, now that's a good play, but I will of course be able to tank that. So I'm gonna end up going back out into my Ferrothorn just in case he does have Grass Knot and choose to go for it now. If he also just wants to switch out, that's fine. I don't want to sack my Politoed just yet because of Rain Turn, so I'm gonna pause until he picks a move, as he actually ends up going out into his Talonflame. Interesting play. Maybe expecting my double right here, but he ends up going on into that Talonflame. I do have Kabutops, which I can just go right into, as I do have one more turn of Rain left, and I can take a Flare Blitz relatively well, as basically the Life Orb is going to prevent him from switching out. So just going to go for Aqua Jet right here. I don't really mind what move he goes for, if he wants to go for Tailwind, if he wants to go for Brave Bird, but I'm going to pause until he picks a move though. Alright, so he ended up going for Brave Bird as I went for Aqua Jet, so I was able to knock him out. Goes out to Ferrothorn, probably doesn't know I have low kick, but he's gone. As able to get rid of one of the threats for Pert, though it's looking like Pert's just going to clean sweep him, especially because it's immune to any attack that basically Thundurus wants to throw at it. Like, it's not immune, but it's immune to Thunder Wave, and unless it has Grass Knot, I'm not too worried. So he goes out into his Metagross, as he is going to go right for the BP. Just going to go out to my Politoed right now, and I believe I can just go right for the Scaldus. He's not Mega Evolving, so I'm not sure if he's remembering to quite just yet. I'm really not sure, as he actually chooses to Mega Evolve right now, so yeah, that's really weird. I really love that that they literally just took the sprites from Korokoro and just like photoshopped them in. But just going to go out to my Pert. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have my Swift Swim just yet, but I should be able to just Mega Evolve right here and go right for a safe Waterfall. That will be able to knock him out, and I do have enough Rain Turns to actually wreck him. So he goes right for the Zen Head, but if he gets a flinch, that's fine, because I will be able to outspeed him the following turn and go right for Waterfall, knocking him out. And it's looking like it's going to be a clean sweep from Mega Pert, as I'm basically going to be able to knock out everything on his team. Kieran Black will go down to low kick. It'll probably go down to waterfall, to be honest, but low kick will knock it out, as I can just sweep the remaining 2 members with waterfall from there. So that's basically going to be a good game. Megapert just cleaning up right here. Unless I really don't see him doing anything else. But let's look for another battle. Gonna pause until we find one. Okay, so we have found a battle. My opponent might be using Mega Steelix for his Hippo. That's pretty cool. Pretty nice combination. I think I have an advantage just because I'm running what's it called? Rain. But I'm gonna lead off a gothitelle as he ends up leading off a Diancie. And I'm not sure what this thing actually wants to do to me. I don't know how to answer that question because I don't know the answer, and I just want to talk. So I don't really want to talk. So I'm gonna lead off, switch out into my Ferrothorn as he ends up going for Trick Room, and that's completely fine. I can, unless he has HP Fire, he really can't touch me. So I can just go for my Stealth Rocks for free right here. Interesting that he has Trick Room with a Shell Smashing Pokemon, a Pokemon that relies on speed, and I guess 2 slow Pokemon. But ends up going out to Talonflame. I do have a relatively safe switch in being my Kabutops, so just gonna go right out to that as he goes right for the Flare Blitz, as I am able to tank that. And what I'm gonna do is go right for Waterfall because I should be able to outspeed his team just because Trick Room is up, and Waterfall hits everything hard on his team. So he goes out to Huntail, which is one of the Pokemon that actually doesn't hit hard, but I can just hit it with the I can hit it with Stone Edge right after. I don't know if he has an attack to. I don't know if he has HP Grass, but he ends up going for Shell Smash, which will be sucky if I miss my Stone Edge right here because he could actually do some work with this thing. But I end up landing my Stone Edge as I am able to knock him out. Crit didn't matter. Yeah, just based on his damage, the crit didn't matter. And if it did, he would have been like 4%, which I could have knocked out with the what's it called? With the Aqua Jet after that. So just gonna switch out into my Politoed as he ends up going out to Scizor, and he ends up going right for the BP. And now he has 0 switch-ins to this Politoed. So his only water resist on his team was a Shell Smashing Huntail. So if I were him, I would definitely put like a Latias on the team. But Hippowdon eats that up. Holy crap! I'm about to put Pones. Is that some assault? But just gonna go out to my Ferrothorn as I can tank any hit he wants to go for. As he ends up pulling a double on Steelix. I don't know if this thing has Fire Fang. It might actually have Fire Fang, so I'm just gonna go for Leech Seed. As he does end up hitting with the Fire Fang. That does a lot. That does a hell of a lot. Holy crap. As I am able to land the Leech Seed, which is definitely nice for me. And the most expendable member of my team is Tornadus T. So I'm definitely going to go out to that on the Fire Fang as he ends up going for that. And basically I didn't want to bring in my Politoed on like an Earthquake or something. And I'm actually just going to go right for the U-turn on his potential Ice Fang or something. I can get some Iron Barbs damage. He can also be going for Heavy Slam if he wants to. Ends up going for Stone Edge though. Makes sense because he does have Sand Force, so I'm basically able to whittle him quite a bit with that. And I don't want to sack this Pokemon just yet as it beats Diancie. So again, Tornadus T, most expendable member on my team, as he ends up going out to Hippo. And I guess he wants to get a Brox, but again, that's fine by me. I can just go for Knockoff and then Hurricane with my Tornadus right here, as he does end up having the Smooth Rock. So goes right for the Slack Off right there, and I get a free U-turn out into my Politoed. I don't really mind the Stone Edge or Earthquake that Hippowdon wants to go for. Holy crap, this radiator is hot as hell. I'm like burning in the background. Oh my god. Ouch. Just gonna go out to my Politoed. I am rather defensive, so I can tank any one hit and just go right for the Scald. Keep in mind, guys, I am a little bit low on this ladder, but as we progress, as I use different megas, as we keep climbing the ladder, I will be getting even more experienced opponents. Like, my opponent doesn't seem bad. He just doesn't have, or inexperienced, he just doesn't have a solid team in my opinion. And part of battling is definitely having a solid team. So I get a crit on his Scizor, which is really unfortunate for my opponent. As I'm just going to go out to my Ferrothorn as Death Fodder. I don't want to risk him outspeeding me and going for a U-turn or something like that. As he ends up going for Knockoff, probably expecting my switch. Good play on his part, as he's able to not knock off my Ferrothorn though, because I do have the Iron Barbs damage. Maybe he was expecting me to go out into actually, yeah, maybe he just wanted to knock off my Damp Rock, but goes out to Diancie just to get up the Trick Room again. I believe I can just go for Leech Seed right here, as he actually does have the HP Fire, which knocks me out. Maybe that's HP Fighting because it knocks me out in the rain. But I'm gonna go out to my Pert, Mega Evolve, and it is time. It is time to click Waterfall. Mega Pert is about to wreck his team, so go right for the Waterfall. Easy KO that thing, as he can go out to Hippo. I'm actually just gonna stay in and go for Waterfall if he goes out to Hippo. as I just want to see how much damage it does from 438 attack. I don't need this thing healthy anyway, as I'm able to OHKO him, and I believe Pert's just going to clean up the game because Steelix won't be able to live a hit. I'm actually just going to go for Earthquake just in case. It's my strongest play. It's my best play, as it will knock him out, as his last is his bird right here, as I could just knock that out with a waterfall. So unless he has like natural gift HP grass, even then. So let's look for one more battle, and we'll pause until we find one. Okay, so we've found another game, as I'm just going to lead off with my, I want to lead off with my, this, but he ends up leading off with his Rotom. Completely fine. I'm just going to go for a knockoff right here. If he wants to go for a Will-O-Wisp, that's fine. I want to get rid of this thing's item, because it is a threat to my Pert. It's the one thing stopping me from, like, just wrecking with Pert. I could get up Stealth Rock and then Spikes, but definitely I think going for knockoff is my best play possible. I don't care if he burns me. I really don't, as I am able to get rid of this thing's leftovers and or Chesto Berry. It is leftovers, so now I can just get up my Stealth Rocks, and basically by me going for that, I just ensure that I can knock it out with Waterfall plus Stone Edge from my Kabutops later on. And I even think with Stealth Rocks up, I might be able to knock it out with other things too. So by other things, I mean like 2 Waterfalls for my Pert. Don't quote me on that though. So he goes out to his Gallade. He's just going to Mega Evolve right here. I'm just going to go out to my Tornadus T, as he ends up Mega Evolving, going right for Taunt. And I had to check this thing real quick to see what its speed was, but I'm just going to hit him with a U-turn, as he ends up going out to his Heatran, and I can definitely just go onto my Swampert right here and Mega Evolve as quickly as possible and just get off a bit of damage on his Rotom, which is exactly what I want. So, and to go out to that Rotom, again, any damage is nice damage. The fact is that I Mega Evolve, so I now have my speed when rain is up, as that did a decent amount, not even gonna lie. So I'm gonna go out to my Ferrothorn. I don't really mind if he goes for the Will-O-Wisp again, as he could just go for Will-O-Wisp, but he ends up going for Pain Split. Again, that's completely fine. I'm just gonna get up a Spike that will help me out. Actually, I probably don't even need a Spike. I'm just gonna go for Leech Seeds. I think Leech Seed is more beneficial. The Spike, because the Spike only helps me with Greninja, because Clefable isn't going to be affected by the Spike if it is Magic Guard. I don't really care about the what's it called? The Garchomp, because I do have Ice Punch on my Swampert. So I'm actually going to go out to my Gothitelle as he goes out into his Clefable, as he goes for Stealth Rock, and that's great because I know that he is now the support set with Stealth Rock, Moonblast, etc., etc. So I can just go right for a Trick right here, as he goes right for the Moonblast, and basically that won't be enough to knock me out. And I'm just gonna do the little stally thing that I did before versus a Slowbro. So I'm just gonna go for another Psychic right here before I actually go for the rest, as I've just whittled down this Clefable, which is insane because I've halted this Clefable. I don't even need to get back my my item, as unfortunately for me he does get the crit right there. So like I said, that is a bit unfortunate, but I'm just gonna go out into my Ferrothorn, as I can take a Moonblast plus leftovers, etc., etc., and then proceed to get up a Spike, as that might actually not be the case. So I'm just gonna go for a Spike right here. If he wants to switch out, that's fine. As he ends up going for Moonblast, that's completely fine because I am able to get up that Spike, and now I do have the free switch into what do I want to go out to? I guess Tornadus T, because I do have an Assault Vest, and it's definitely my best play, as I can just go for a Hurricane. It'll probably be a 2-hit KO. He ends up going out to Heatran. That's completely fine because I do have the Superpower, which I can then hit it with right after the Hurricane. So I'm gonna go for right for that Superpower. If he wants to go for Protect, that's kind of risky. He doesn't even end up going for Protect, as I do end up hitting with the Superpower, and he ends up hitting himself in Confusion. So that's a bit unfortunate for him. Heatran goes down, so that's one Pokemon that can potentially stall out my rain if he did have Protect or something. But now all he has left is those 5 Pokemon right on the screen. Not even all he has left, but he goes out to Greninja. Unfortunately, Greninja is one of those Pokemon that can beat me with Ice Beam. So I'm going to go out to my Politoed. Even with Assault Vest, Ice Beam does like this much to me. So I'm going to go out to my Politoed as fodder. That way I get the free switch into my my Kabutops after that. Not even my Pert, my Kabutops, because I can just sack my Gothitelle, get the free switch into Kabutops, and then essentially just get a kill. So go out to Politoed as he goes for Ice Beam, and now I can just sack my my Gothitelle to this Greninja, and he's forced to stay in basically versus me. if he does end up staying in, of course, he could try doubling right here to, I guess, something if he thinks that my Polytoad is like Scarf or something, but he should know that it's not Scarf, since Scarf Polytoad isn't really common at all. It's usually Damp Rock, if not always Damp Rock. So I'm going to switch out into my Gothitelle as Death Fodder, and the good thing about Gothitelle is that if he wanted to end up staying in, I could have beat him 1v1, but he ends up going out to his Clefable as actually just want to go out into my Tornadus right here as he goes for Moonblast. Again, I could tank those and just go right for Hurricane, just firing them off, as it seems to be a 2-hit KO as he ends up hitting himself in Confusion. Hello, I can't see anything. Thank you. So gonna be able to go for another one right here as I am able to knock him out. The Moonblast, of course, wouldn't have been able to knock me out. Maybe if he got a special attack drop, he could have lived the next one, but doesn't happen as I am able to knock him out, as I said. And now Kabutops basically, if he goes out to Greninja right here, which I kind of am expecting, I guess he can go out to Rotom too, which I don't mind because I just sack my Gothitelle. And Rotom has been weakened. He can't get off a Pain Split by me sacking Gothitelle. So he goes out to Greninja, as again, my best play is sacking my Gothitelle. So just going to go out to my Gothitelle, as it should go down to this Ice Beam right here, as he ends up going for Hydro Pump. That sucks that he missed. For me, actually, that sucks that he missed, because that's another turn of Rain stalled out. So I did not want that miss, is what I'm trying to say. So goes for Dark Pulse right now, as I do have another turn of Rain left, so I'm just going to be able to go out into my Kabutops and just go right for the Waterfall. Even if he hit that Hydro Pump, and even if he was a Water type, he'd still go down to this Waterfall from Kabutops. Kabutops is just hella strong, so if he sacks Rotom right here, he actually just loses to Megapert, and he actually loses to Megapert if I land a Stone Edge on his Rotom as well, so we'll see how that goes. So able to knock out his Greninja, as now he can go out into something like Pokemon Virus. Just think about it, no? Nobody knows that? Nobody knows what I'm talking about? So he ends up going out into his Rotom. That's fine by me. I can just go for Stone Edge, as I am going to be able to knock him out. Now, I'm actually going to show you guys the calc for Stone Edge. That crit did matter, depending on what he wanted to do, Kabutops. Though, if he is defensive, yeah, Stone Edge does 50 to 59, so it was actually a roll, though. He more than likely would have lived, but it doesn't, like, it's unfortunate, but it's nothing I can do. So, I'm going to go out to my Polytoad just to get up the Rain, as I already did what I needed to do in order for my boy Pert to come through. Even if he went for Pain Split right there, he wouldn't have recovered enough, and I could just go for Waterfall on the following turn, or even Stone Edge. So, he is able to knock out my Polytoad with the close combat, as now I'm able to go out into my Swampert, and I can just go right for, I should have probably just went for Earthquake. Holy crap, it knocked out Garchomp. That's insane. Did not see Garchomp going down. Actually did not see that coming. So I'm going to go for Earthquake because Gallade cannot flinch due to its ability. Nah, but I'm just going to go for Earthquake just because. So able to knock him out, and that's going to be a game. So that's basically going to be the end of the session, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. It was pretty fun using Mega Pert. Next time I'll be using a different Mega. Leave a like if you enjoyed. I'll actually be going over my team when I use this team. So leave a like if you enjoyed, and until next time, later.